Hello there, Seraphim17 once again. This is my Dead Space 2. Zealot difficulty, no upgrades, no damage, no items. This video is not no shop, guys. This is chapter 15, and the first fight here is against two black whiptails, which are an absolute pain in the dick. So you'll notice I'm going to play very tentatively because I hate fighting this encounter. It's very cheesy, it's very frustrating. They're so fast, they're a nightmare. But if you get them stuck on the wall like that, you can drive by them, and then they look very easy. But they're never easy, guys, even when they're easy. And that right there was a wonderful piece of catharsis, because I actually hit him with kinesis as he was jumping, and it stopped his little escapade. And that just then was a standard jump from geometry to geometry. It wasn't the jumping attack, and that's the reason I took no damage. But for anybody that didn't hear the first part of this video series, the final boss under these restrictions was taking a long time because you have to break the marker 7 times, potentially more if you're not hitting it enough. And the variables of not getting hit by the children every time they spawn is incredibly difficult and annoying to do. It's long, it's laborious, and it's not my idea of fun. So instead, I bought a contact beam from the shop. I didn't upgrade it, I didn't do anything else, just bought a contact beam, and I'm going to use the contact beam to kill the final boss, because it does way more damage than my gun does, and it's a much more reasonable encounter. And I completely don't mind doing it, because I just don't like the fight. And I've mentioned various thought processes on why I find this is okay, and it doesn't bother me. If it bothers you, that's fine. I can understand why people might be disappointed that I didn't do the full run in the way I wanted to. That's cool. But I understand who I am as a gamer and my ability, and I know what I can do, and what I grind out and what I'll eventually do, and I know the type of stuff that is going to be miserable, not fun, and I don't want to do. And unfortunately this fell into the latter rather than the former. And it's not that I can't do it, guys, because I know I can. I don't want to, and wanting to do something's the most important part, because if it's not fun, it's not happening, basically. And there's plenty of stuff that I've done that isn't fun, but there was something in there that kept me sticking it out, and this just didn't have it. So I might go back and do it, and just kind of grind it out, who knows. But as it stands, I think it's perfectly fine. And I've really enjoyed the run, and I hope you have as well, because the stuff that I enjoy in this game is the combat, the encounters. I feel like the bosses in Dead Space have never been the best, but do you see that square of effect on your screen right now? That is your original FOV, guys. If you play this game on console, that's what you will see on your screen. You will not see any more. Because I have the FOV altered slightly, I get to see a little bit more, and we get to see how lazy this visual effect is, because it gives us this awful artifact that you cannot turn off on the screen, which makes this fight even more obnoxious. But the fight couldn't be simpler, it's just the execution that's difficult. So, at the beginning, you want to shoot Nicole with the big old contact beam to the face, and then one shot from the plasma cutter takes her generally to the next phase. But just then it didn't, so I reload my contact beam, and then I hit her in the mouth, and then it opens up the heart, and then I shoot the heart with 1, with 2, and then she turns up again, I hit her in the face, and then I proceed now. This is the hard part when I'm doing it without the contact beam. Surviving the spawn of the Pact is really difficult, because they come all around you, and traditionally Nicole tries to cut you off. Because I was doing so much damage with the contact beam, she spawned in front of me immediately. When you're doing no damage and flicking it like a tassel nipple with the goddamn plasma cutter unupgraded, she doesn't do that. If she spawned immediately and I had an opportunity to turn around and clear a path of the children, it'd be fine, because then I'd just be able to maintain it. But on the other run, you have to contend with her spawning in front of you and instantly killing you if you go too far, and with the kids spawning around you. And let me tell you guys, I have a 15-minute fight of me just trying to do it, and it's tedious. So tedious. But there you go, she falls rather quickly to an unupgraded contact beam. Who even knew, right? Fantastic weapon. And then we get to do this part where you fly towards the wreckage, and that marks the end of my run. But I'd like to thank everybody that watched, everybody that interacted with this particular Dead Space project. It's interesting to see that Dead Space can have such an appeal on the channel, considering it is quite an old game and quite a niche game, but it's because it's quality. It's a fantastic game, and if you've never played it, I can't recommend it highly enough. regardless of where you play it, under what settings you play, you will have a good time. It's that good. But thank you for watching, and you take care now.